Yeah. Food seems to be getting in a bit of a titsy at this point. Not surprising considering the amount of people we're trying to feed. Farming. Yeah, sheep don't really interest me too much. Well, I guess it's high time that we plan on the next raid action. Finally getting one of our people appled, basically. Ready to rally. Yeah, cool. But we now have potentially speaking an army. Unit of Schwäbischer. If we actually want to do something with them, we can. Like leading with bandits, for example. But I do wonder, how does claiming actually work? Administration. Settlers camp. Place it on empty claimed territory in order to settle it. Grants base, starting supplies, and 5 starting families. Yeah, I'm kind of surrounded, honestly. Although, I'm sure we can do something about that. How do I do this, though? Claim with influence. Claim with king's favor. I don't think I have neither. There also doesn't seem to be anything in it, so if I just do this for command over this region. How do I get command over this region? Can I just send my people there, go like, fuck you? Yeah, probably not a good idea for one fucking unit, though. Considering how long it took me to build up one singular unit. You do that little strategy. If they actually do add multiplayer, I will definitely put this down on the list of games I'm gonna buy on Steam. If we can play it together, that would be fun. You can help me out in my ridiculous struggles for survival. More houses for more people, yes. Actually, can I trade for food? Because I do think food is gonna be a bit of a short-hander. Oops, food. Since we still have a lot of berries, and we do get some apples, you know, soonish. There. There. Yeah. If the winter actually turns out to be tough for us food-wise, we'll probably just start buying food. Because as long as we have money from our exports, we should be able to just outright fulfill that need for good old-fashioned buying shit. It's actually a pretty damn old concept for territories, where a lot of the lords have decided to build, grow cash crops instead of actual wheat crops. That's not the right term, but never mind. Basically, the idea is relatively simple. If you plant, for example, wool, yeah, that's not a plant. Cotton, for example. Cotton is something you can't eat. You can make clothes from it, but that's all. But if it's in high demand, you can sell it for a nice profit. You can use said profits to actually buy yourself the food you need to keep your people fed. Can work. Of course, you know, if the marketing crashes, you're kind of fucked because you can't just change what you've already planted. You're kind of fucked there. But it's an option to think about. One of the more interesting ones, I'd say. Quite lovely, I'd say. Quite lovely indeed. Of course, that also now opens the doors for a lot of very mercantile-minded people to come in and make a killing of that. Rather obviously, I'd have you know. Because there were always some people from very early on who realized pretty much immediately like, I probably profit off of that. Very much so. Then later on is when things actually get more difficult. When you have, for example, agreements on... that's once the mercantile class actually organizes itself. You end up with cool stuff where they basically buy out landowners' next harvests and shit. Of course, all the way speculating on the fact that prices for, let's say, wheat will go higher, at which point you're actually making a killing if you're forcing them to sell it to you at a pre-arranged price that was on the old level. It's really interesting, yeah? You know, and sometimes you should actually go ahead and read up a few books on the whole development of the mercantile class, the merchants, and the cool little ideas they came up with over time to make themselves ever more rich, of course, but you know, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It does feel like we have a severe still lack of workers in construction, although to be fair, they do seem to now actually move forward relatively quickly. Here, food reserves are going down. Yeah, about right now at least. Foodstuffs, yeah. Basically, the berries and an ever-growing supply of apples is what keeps our people fed. We have a bit of meat mixed in sometimes. Would need more hunting in order to make that reasonable, though. Yeah, fucking bandits stole some fucking timber. I don't care. Take it. All I care. But yeah, I think those apples will actually help us quite a bit with our shortage of food supplies. In the long run, mind you. Stuff like that is not something you plan up for the immediate future. That is the kind of stuff you plan up for the longer and farther away futures. Yeah, let's get those buildings up and going, because if they start producing shit, we can probably actually make use of that as well. Spishy. Go. Clay furnace. Go. Boomery. Go. Okay. So far, so good, so well, so truly nice. We have 31 houses, we have 26 families living, 2 more get built, so yeah, well, things seem to be going rather well. And once we have established enough apple production, I think we're on a relatively safe food-wise, even without any fields. That is something I'm looking forward to, planning out our little fields. Once I stopped, you know, doing other things. Administration. The settlement level, small village. Okay. Livestock trading. I mean, I can just buy the fucking things. Okay, now we're reaching the point where food actually gets to be a bit problematic. Trading post, come here, little one. Foodstuffs. The meat is relatively cheap, actually, as are vegetables. If I say import meat and I wanna have at least 20 of those. And bread we wanna import as well. 20 of those. Yeah, that should help. Especially in winter when that's gonna be a bit more difficult for us to get more foodstuffs. Look, they've already bought some meat and some bread. Good. My traders know what they're doing. Look, at this point, you know what? I'm gonna give you full fucking 4 families working on this fucking trading business. Never say I would never do anything for you. So that means we can now probably start doing some more. Required for roof tiles. Okay, we can't afford that. Crops, we don't have any. Food, we're not gonna trade. Not idiots. Hides. I don't really wanna trade those. Iron slabs, though I wanna export. I wanna keep like 10 of them. Sell the rest. Now let's say I wanna keep 20 of them. Leather would require a road, so that's not something we can afford right now. Commodities, tools. All of those require a road. Okay. I guess then we can export our hides. I'll keep like 20 of them. Yeah, that should work for the foreseeable future. Yes, Kate, I'm well aware that we are somewhat short on food. However, we continuously buy food. However, the fact that the granary is empty is probably not a good sign. We should really start on that whole field business and start producing some of our own. I'm assuming. You know what they say, it's never a bad day to start a new project. Go for farming. Hmm. 39 for wheat. It doesn't sound bad. Crop rotation. Okay, so we do wheat 1 year, we let it rest 1 year, and we do wheat again. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. And I need a farmhouse. And the connection to the road will also be rather neato. Connection, farmhouse. Then we need the windmill. 98 efficiency, that sounds good. And a little communal oven to run that around. Also means we need to make sure that we actually have the people for that. Since the granary is kind of running empty anyway, let's give it to one person. Not gonna reduce the trading. And the question is how many people we actually need to get that field done with. I might need to establish a road, a trade road specifically for some foodstuffs, because we are somewhat not in the best position. Okay, so how many families do we have? 32. We can have 33, so one more can move in, and then we have at least 6 people sitting around, of which 5 we can use. So let's say 1 for the oven, 1 for the windmill. So that would leave us with 3 people for the farm. Well, we'll see how that plays out. We shall see indeed. They're getting a bit more food secured would probably be a rather well idea. Nah, I don't care about the radars, honestly. They haven't really done much apart from stealing some shit here and there. Ooh. Na, 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 na. Actually, the windmill. That's a pretty, quote-unquote, modern thing. I think water wheels were actually first, because, well, that's more easier to construct. We need a lot more materials for a windmill. Also a pretty damn useful tool, because after all, if you try to grind all the grains down into flour manually, oh, good luck with that, I suppose. Good luck indeed. Yeah, you're talking about the berries again, aren't you? Family's hungry. Yeah, no shit. And we are getting to spring times again. Family running the mill, although that's kind of wasteful right now because there's nothing to actually mill at the moment. And I want to get that farmhouse done relatively quickly. So that we can start doing some farming. So now berry collection should start up again. Yeah, I'll even assign a second person to that. See how nice we are. on, people, finish the farmhouse. People should be out there tilling the field at this point. Immediately assign like 2 families to that. That they can finish over starting the field. Fucking bandits. Better what? Constantly stealing my shit. Feel that my field is maybe a bit too big for 2 families to manage that. Getting ever more people in while we are already starving is probably not a good idea. Look at them go. And like, Russian stupid tilt. We can do this. That's not in any reasonable fashion. I mean, hey, the apples should also start growing again. We do get some apples out of that. We got a minimal amount of food in there. And we do need to set up a dedicated trade route for food stuff, I feel. I do still believe that my idea in and of itself has merit. As in, you know, sells stuff for profit, get some fucking stuff in. Let's assign another family to that. Yeah, the orphan doesn't need anyone right now. Actually, the windmill doesn't need anyone else. Well, so 4 full families for taking care of the fields. It should hopefully make it more reasonable. I mean, to be fair, this year they started very late because the farmhouse was created far too late. Let's see, seasons frequently. Yeah, technically we're in spring, and right now they should be bringing out stuff. They shouldn't be tilling the fields. I guess it's gonna take us at least until next year before we can actually get anything reasonably out of there. I overlooked you. Everyone else already has apple trees, but you don't. That's not good. If I wanna rely just on trade, I probably would have to do more. Hey, we're not really buying much, are we? We're only buying 2 things. Meat and bread. Everything else just gets exported away. I guess technically we're also buying weapons, but we're not any longer because we already fulfilled what we wanted to fulfill. Let's see, how does it look in June? Well, they've almost got all the field tilled, I suppose. That's a good start. Still, that does tell me that we most definitively need more people doing that actually. Where could I pull some people away from? I can probably pull one away from here. Also from the woodcutter, because you have a lot of fuel. Even the forester's hut. That gives us a few more people that I can put to the farmhouse. Ah, still. Now they're running around and they're putting the seeds down. Middle of July. When already we are in the growth phase, basically. It's gonna be a strangely selective harvest, I suppose. But oh well. Yield 0. Yeah, you don't say. I should have made more money. Actually, we probably shouldn't have grown that fucking fast. Now that I think about it, that was probably a bit of an overreach. Especially because without any dedicated roads, we do seem to be getting too little in the way of actually meeting other things. We should have established some dedicated trade routes for what we are actually selling as well. Stuff like stones and shit. I just stole some of my berries. Yeah, that's a spare. Oh well. Wonderful planks, actually, that would be neato, because we do have a lot of them. We also now have roof tiles on Mars. We can't actually do anything with. If it weren't so fucking pricey to establish a road, I would do that just about immediately. Not so fucking pricey. Get one for firewood so that we can actually get that done. It's not gonna get me much in the way of exporting prices. That's quite literally going out for one. Hey, we got a bit more fucking bread. Our reserves are somewhat recuperating, slowly but surely. How bad does it look for the wheat field? When it is growing, fucking September. Yeah, it's still gonna take us a while, and we're probably not gonna get anything out of it this year, which is kinda sucky. I would like to establish a trade route for planks. We can get some actual money in. All the other routes are just too fucking pricey, I'd say. I guess clay is pretty cheap with 24. Can just pay for that. That would be amazing. Is it amazingly helpful? It's like there's a lot of money that flows into trade now, but we should be now at least be somewhat more able to actually recuperate that. Yeah, look, now the money flows in like no one's business. Because now we have some dedicated traders coming along. God bless them. Bless their greedy little hearts. They're like, I'm sure there's money to be made, eh? And as soon as we can get some dedicated traders for some foodstuffs. That should help us through the winter. Come on, game, if you would just allow me to actually spend some of all of that fucking wealth I have set up. I really do need a fucking trade road. Dedicated solely to the acquiring of fucking food. Because my people are fucking hungry little bitches. I really would like to root for roof tiles. Those seem to be a nice one. Yeah. A good idea to be a bit more on the safe side when it comes to firewood. We do need that for a lot of other things. Setting up some more apple orchards also would be a good idea. Once again, the sort of project that's like, yes, we're not gonna see the profits right about now, but surely, in a few years' time. After all, food seems to be a rather decisive factor for us right about now. Not a bad idea to have a bit of a surplus. I mean, worst case scenario, we can just start selling them as well. Right now, no, nothing to worry about. Okay, so let's see here. We have one for that. Stone's not really Yeah, roof tiles is one thing we actually don't use at all. We're gonna export that down to 10. That's something we will need in the future, but at least for right now we can just sell a few dozen of those. Make ourselves some more money. Then in the next step we'll probably try to get some dedicated import routes for meat and bread. Well, probably more like meat, because the bread we'll hopefully be able to produce once the fields are up and running again. I guess for this year the field is gonna be out. Ooh, can upgrade this to level 2 as well. Neato. Some extensions and residential requirements will go up as well. So the Manor system of, upgrading your little citizens to something better. Okay, so for now I'm gonna wait a year or two until all of these little apple trees have come around. Establish a trade route for meat. Get me some dedicated meat traders. Yes, then and we can establish one for tools, which we're also producing and selling, still definitively. Yeah, we're getting more and more meat. More and more meat. Absolutely worth it. Yeah, a dedicated trader for that. Dedicated trader for that. Dedicated trader for that. So that leather would also be something we would like to export at some point. Yeah, I think if we let this run for a little bit, we should actually have that food shortage under control. A bit. Yeah, let's upgrade that. The pantry has been empty since forever, so there's no reason to upgrade that, I suppose. Okay, no reason for stone trade instead. No. I think the next trade routes we need are all gonna be fucking pricey. Yeah, especially we wouldn't want for stuff like eggs or vegetables. Right, we're producing too little of that grain. We have the smallest amazing amount. Not gonna help me. And slabs is not worth as clay. You know, the only one we really should aim for is probably the one for tools. So that's the next one we are gonna aim for. 324. Okay, since we do have a few grains, we're gonna turn those into flour immediately. So that then can take the flour, combine it with some water, throw some salt into the mix, and bake it to make bread. Bread is actually pretty damn simple to make. You know, as long as you get all the previous steps done, as in, you know, having an actually mill to mill it into floor to begin with, then it becomes easy to make. And lo and behold, food production is, well, somewhat up. Meaning that people are not actually starving. Which I would say is a pretty good state to be in. You know what? Buy the dedicated trade route for bread as well. Just so we can actually make sure that things stay up to par. Then once we have established that we can actually feed ourselves once more, very happily, we'll start building up a few more houses to actually get stuff like the woodcutters once again back to full strength. Okay. Seems about okay. Now. I'm indeed really surrounded, aren't I? Oh, well. Not too much about that, can I now? I'm just gonna win through fucking trading shit. Hopefully, maybe, potentially. I do feel that logistics are lacking, so I guess the first thing we're gonna build is probably gonna be another stage for that. Shit, they're actually coming for me. Army. Rally. Yeah. Attack indeed! There are brigands in my fucking city! Do something! People are running away. They wanna rape us! Help! Help! Getting raped! It's a lot more brigands than I'm comfortable with. Look at those fucking brigands. At least one of them is carrying a banner. Aye, that's good. I already lost someone too. Our enemy has lost one as well, but they outnumber us dearly. Yeah, the rate of attrition is not on our side, to put it mildly. This is indeed not gonna work out well. Push forward. Push in there. Really go in there. Stand your ground, peasants. As attempt to defend, not attack. You mean stand your ground? Okay, stand your ground, people. Stand your ground, people. I believe in you. Numbers are still not really on my side, though. Jesus Christ, that's a messy melee if I've ever seen one. Let's see, I have 20 left. And they have around 40. Yeah, that's not good statistic-wise, honestly. But at least the Black Bear is still standing. Thanks for saving that game. That is precisely the message I needed in my life right now. I'm like, yep, I saved your game for you. Also, this is really... If I zoom in, it's really slowing down, isn't it? Yeah, still fighting. Next time make spearmen and archers. Yeah, I mean, I do have my little spearman, but I didn't really think I would need archer, because until then the brigands have done pretty much nothing. God damn it. The first time I actually would have the money to actually buy myself some fucking mercenaries, and no mercenaries around. Okay. I mean, they do seem to be holding their ground pretty well against the fucking brigands. Although, you know, they're slowly getting murdered down. At least we're gonna have a lot less mouths to feed if this continues. Jesus Christ, that is quite the army they suddenly sent against me. I guess I'm gonna have to plan a new unit, don't I? Because those poor 7 will not survive for long. Immediately make sure that we actually do get the equipment. 3 left then. Still 2 left. I mean that they did a lot of damage, I have to give them that much. But the numbers just weren't on their fucking side. Okay, now people, hide in the church please. Hey, fucking fire! Why do you fucking start fire on my fucking buildings? Motherfuckers. Yes, but you know, reason would dictate that you first go in, plunder all the shit, then set stuff on fire. If you just throw fire around and burn all of the food and stuff down, there's not gonna be much plunder now, will there? The rebuilding efforts will be pricey, assuming. Oh well, I guess we're gonna let this pan out, I suppose. Not much else we can do. It will take far too long to build up a new army. They set the fucking marketplace on fire. Idiots. Idiots, I swear. And now you're looting it. First you set everything on fire, then you loot it, eh? Pretty fucking stupid. Okay, let's start reconstruction once the bandits have decided to go back home again, because otherwise this seems a bit pointless. And would be lost. Ah, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to recoup. No population growth. Everyone is occupied. Yeah, I imagine everyone would be rather occupied. Yeah, all of those pricey buildings going down the drain. Are you happy now that you burned my place down? I fucking hope you're happy. Bodies need burial. Yes, yes, I know, game. I'm well aware there will be bodies around. And we'll start rebuilding immediately once they have safely fucked off. I think they are about to fuck off. Just a few raging fires, don't worry. And the trade building just continues making money. They're like, we don't care, we're just gonna, you know, stay mercantile. Gonna take a while to rebuild. Come on, fuck off, people. I would just wanna start rebuilding now. Hey, mine pit is still around. Some buildings managed to survive. Okay, could you now just continue to fuck off, please? I'd really like that. Because, you know, we do need to kind of start rebuilding, so okay, let's make this a bit faster and wait for them to fucking finally fuck off. Will you at some point fuck off? But could you please just, you know, kindly fuck off? We've pretty much destroyed everything there ever was. Okay, that unit is broken. Come on, back off, assholes. Back away. Go home. Go home. Jesus Christ, they are persistent little fucktards. What the fuck are you even doing any longer? You're just running around the rubble. Having fun, I suppose. Oh well, years later, they're still fucking around, doing whatever the fuck they want. Yeah, just gonna start this rebuilding now, I guess. Yeah. A pain in my ass. Hey, I even burned down my fucking trade building. That's not nice of you. I need that. I'll have you know. Still have quite a bit of timber and shit. I'm sure at some point they will fuck off. Are you fucking kidding me? Builds a little food stall, immediately gets set on fire. Okay, so rebuilding while they're still around is just not a fucking option, so I just have to wait until they fuck off. Jesus. It could just get done at some point. Instead of torching everything again and again and again and again and again, which is apparently all that you ever do. This game, I know there's an enemy unit. I'm aware, mind you. I'm quite aware. Okay, maybe I should have not allowed the fucking brigand because they seem to be somewhat buggy. The other units fucked off. And since I virtually can't do shit while they're around and fucking with my people. And these annoying little cunts. Well, I'll be honest here. They are fucking annoying. Yeah, somewhat you would assume that the populace just goes like, ah, come, it's 7 people left. We can probably take them. They're still just fucking around. You bastards. Would at least go into the next month and maybe get a contract with some mercenaries or something. That would be kind of helpful because that is just kind of fucking annoying. I virtually can't actually rebuild anything. I mean, there's literally not much left. And, yes, you are rubble, although you are, graphically speaking, still standing. Hunger. You don't say. Okay, yeah, this is kind of getting ridiculous, isn't it? And she just won't fucking leave. Citrus 7, guys. Yeah, the bandits are kind of fucking annoying. I'll have you know, that is kind of fucking annoying. Come on, fuck off. We've been here for a month at this point. I think they invaded in March or something, and we've got fucking June now. They're still just fucking around. But distinct feelings they might have turned a bit buggy. Just you know, a bit of a tiny little suspicions I have. Okay, I think we can safely assume that they are apparently here to stay. Since we can't actually rebuild while they're here, Ish seems to have broken itself, most profoundly. Okay, but we did learn a few good lessons here. I guess we'll have to go to the menu and start this again then. And I might actually get rid of the brigands. They seem to be more annoying. Most of the time they're just stealing your shit, which is already annoying enough. Okay, so here, let's take this phase this time.